is only war.
What is up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. We got a game 2 of the RTT battle report. If you guys noticed the background, we actually just moved. Me and my wife found a new place in Pennsylvania, so we just moved into a new house. So I apologize for being a little bit delayed. A lot of stuff has been going on in my personal life, getting married, getting a new house. So 2024 is going to be huge for me, my wife, and our dog, and for the Dirtbags. So thanks for clicking on the video. If you guys are new to the channel, we do a lot of battle reports. We do a lot of tactical videos. If you guys want to support the channel, head over to Patreons. I got a list of what's going on right now. Patreon's goal, we are about $93 away from hitting our $1,000 a month goal from Patreons, and that's all thanks to you guys supporting me, Mike, Brian, the other Dirtbags over at the Dirtbag Nation. If you guys want to keep that going and keep us growing in 2024, that's heading over to there. You guys get a bunch of special perks. If you guys want to get into the competitive scene, which a lot of you guys have joined recently, who are in the competitive scene for any of the armies that we play on the Dirtbag Nation. Guys, we do one-on-one coaching. If you guys have any questions, comments, list ideas, tactics, head over to the competitive Patreon. If you guys want to be a Grandmaster, me baller status, you guys get to have a specific battle reports, specific content, specific videos you guys want to see on the channel for being that. And guys, we're so close to hitting the goal. We do a huge giveaway every time we hit the goal on Patreon. Once we get to 1,000, we're going to do basically $1,000 worth of prizes and prize support given to the Patreons. Specifically, we do a spin and kind of just give out a bunch of free stuff to you guys who are supporting us over at patreon.com. Nova Open is coming up. That's one of our big tournaments we do every year. We do the team event, and then we do the Nova Open. That's in DC, I believe. And the whole team goes. So if you guys are going to that, definitely let me know. Come up and say hi, give away Dirtbag dice. And we did that at LVO. So it was really cool just seeing how much support we have, especially in person. Like, they heard my voice talking and like, oh shit, Dirtbag, and then they pointed us out. So that was really cool. So if you guys are going to Nova, that's going to be the next big GT that we're coming up, and a couple small GTs here and there. And then we got a bunch of sponsors actually on the channel, growing to 10,000. We're getting close to 10,000. If you guys hit subscribe, make sure you do that. Make sure we grow the channel, hit 10,000 by next month. Rexar Lasers, if you guys like the terrain in most of our battle reports, that's from Rexar's. Click on the link below. 3D6 Wargaming, we give away the objective markers if you guys are interested in buying those. And then obviously we have dice, stickers, all the models that we sell. That's over on Discord. But we have a new shirt sponsor that's going to be coming up. So somebody hit me up, send me a bunch of shirts. I have to try them on and let you know how they are. And then once we hit 10,000, we're going to move to more merchandise. So we have shirts, hats, Dirtbag hats, Dirtbag shirts, and some funny ass logos we're going to be putting on the shirts as well. So all that's coming up once we get 10,000 subscribers. So guys, appreciate it. Let's get into this battle report. That was a big fucking intro, but there's a lot going on. So, all right. This game 2, is against Custodes. If you guys want the list, head over to game 1. It's game 1 of the RTT. It's posted recently on the channel. If you guys want these videos ahead of time, head over to Patreon. You guys get them first on patreon.com. But let's pull up the battle report. This is going to be versus Custodes. Super good guy. We actually played a couple times at the last RTTs over at Alternate Universes. He's really technical, really good at the game, knows the rules in and out. He plays Tau, which is the last time we saw him actually stream live at Palladium against him. And then he plays, I believe, Grey Knights, and then he plays Custodes and a bunch of other armies as well. But his list I liked a lot. We're actually going to be running a very, 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 very similar list to what he's running here on the battle report coming up on Friday, which I'm probably going to be playing myself because I don't have time to go out anywhere right now. But we got the 5 Dread list, Grey Knights. His list specifically, let's zoom in. We got the Alaris Terminators. So he has 5 Alaris Terminators. He's got, I actually have his list because I basically made the same list that I'm going to be running on Friday. So let me pull that up for you guys. All right, he's got the Blade Champion. He's got 2 Blade Champions, which I really liked because they're super fast, super mobile, and they make both units being able to advance and charge, which is very scary. Trajan, obviously, because Trajan's amazing. 2 Custodial Guard, 5-mans. 1 Alaris Custody Squad, 5-man. 2 5-man brick of Wardens. And I think in this list he has 1 Witch Seeker. Yeah, I think he has one Witch Seeker in this list, or two. One or two Witch Seekers. Might have two, I'm not sure. But Witch Seekers, he's got the Khalid Assassin, because that should be in every Custodian list. And then the Lord Inquisitor, Kyria Draxus, which I actually just borrowed from one of our cuddle buddies. She's letting me borrow the model so I can test it out in the list coming up. But that is the list. It's all infantry all the time, super tanky, which I can't wait to tell you what happened in this game. It was fucking insane. This is the deployment. So we're playing Chosen Battleground, which is one of my favorite. You can actually build your own battleground, and I played this at LVO in the RTT that we played, and I was playing triple Curse Cultist, and I placed one objective in my deployment zone, one objective right outside my deployment zone, one objective right next to that one right outside my deployment zone, 9 inches away from each other, so it was a big triangle. And then I won the roll-off, so he's like, all right, man, good game. And we basically just stopped right there because I had triple Curse Cultists in my deployment zone, basically, on this battlefield. So it would have been an easy win. So with this, I know with Custodes, they want to sit on objectives. So I had a shooty list. He had both lists, right? Shooty and melee. But with Custodes, you want to sit on objectives. So when you're playing a battlefield like this, or player place terrain, something like that, going against Custodes, you want them to be in the open. You don't want them to be in cover, behind terrain, on an objective, because then they're almost impossible to take off that objective. So most of the terrain you see here, I placed out in the center. So I placed the first one, I believe, in my deployment zone back here, because if he gets this one, it's whatever. Like, he placed actually the other one right in the open, which I was fine with, because if we switch sides, I'm sorry, if I get this side, I'm back there, but if I don't, I'm still right there that I can make sticky, and then don't really have to worry about it. But the second one we put over here, right in the open, so he has to basically get out of the terrain feature to sit there so I can potentially shoot him. He put another terrain one feature right there, and then my last one I put right in the open again right there. I probably could have put this one, I mean, there's really nothing else to be, like, maybe over here, but I have to be 6, so maybe I could have put the last one right there, because this is actually pretty close. Now on the other side, if you're a Custodes player, you want them to be kind of like in a line or pretty close to each other, so that way you can put one unit on 2 objectives and control it pretty easily. So I probably should have put this last one, see, this one's all the way over here, I probably should have put this last one further away from these 2 objectives, or fucking somewhere over here, right, farther away from this objective, so he doesn't have 1, 2, 3 objectives right in a row. So that was my mistake, but we did keep him in the open. So open, 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 and this one's pretty much in the open. So all of them have shooting lanes, shooting galleries that he's not gonna have a lot of cover in, especially with that Dread Knights, because no, they don't have any cover, so, which is fucking awesome. So the deployment, he sets up basically everything behind the cover, just ready to go out turn 1. This is the deployment. He's got the unit with Draxus in the back, so in the command phase, he can roll 2+, then I can't shoot him outside 18 inches. I really like that strategy. He's got the Sisters in the back. He's got these guys, Wardens, in the center. He's got Wardens with the shield guy over here. He's got the Alaris Terminators back here. And then Trajan and the other guard is in Deep Strike. So we get turn 2. I don't think I got turn 1 all tournament, but turn 2, his turn 1, he basically moves forward. Now I apologize, I don't have the secondaries in this game because he wanted to play clock, so I can't keep score on my phone as well as I were to write it down, because when I write it down, you're really quick, especially at a GT. I always write stuff down. I don't use the app, because you can mess it up. You or him can mess it up pretty easily in the app. So if you write everything out, it's so much easier just to track everything, and you agree on points right then and there, so you can go back and see what you have. So I write everything out. So I wrote down the points in this game, so I don't have the missions we got specifically. And again, we're playing on clock, so I'm in a tournament. I can't, again, friendly game, I could take pictures and do all that stuff, and a tournament, I had to be quick, so I apologize I don't have the missions that we had played, but I can go over what we did turn by turn, who killed what, and where we finished off at the end of the game with the picture of the mission. So on his turn 1, he basically advanced forward. These guys moved up. The Alaris Terminators moved up. These guys advanced on the objective, and these guys got on the objective. So basically he's got 1, 2 on the objective. This guy is basically just sitting back waiting next turn, and the Alaris are waiting because they can get picked up and brought back down at the end of my turn. So for us, we move up, we buff up these two, so we move these guys up to get fire range of this unit and within 18 inches of this unit. So I got both these guys within 18 inches of Draxus, so I was able to shoot this unit, and if I needed to, could shoot the Wardens as well. These guys made the back objective sticky, which strikes you kind of need to with this. With Grey Knights, you want to make stuff sticky so you can hop around the board and make it a lot easier. 2 Tech Priests back here, and on this side of the table we had 1 Dread Knight scoot up with the Tech Priest that buffed them up. These green dice are the +1 to hit from the Tech Priests. And then 2 Grand Masters over here. This one has Sigil, this one's kind of just chilling. So we have all 3 over here lined up to shoot these Wardens right here. And then these guys can't really be shot at. Only one guy can really see that far over there. So he does the 4-up Field of Pain against these Wardens. And guys, when I tell you how many freaking 4-up saves this guy makes, it was a lot. You notice that this guy took 2 wounds. I think I killed 1 or 2 guys this turn from my entire Dread Knight shooting force, which was insane. So the tankiness of a 4-up invuln save and then a 4-up Feel No Pain once per game is just scary. He was like, all right, I failed 1, roll 3 4s, no damage. I'm like, what the fuck, man? So it was brutal. I was like, all right, I guess I'm gonna lose. So there's 1 Dread Knight's here, just about to be charged by these guys. So if these guys move up, he can basically advance. I can teleport away with 1 of them, and then he's still gonna be in range of either this Grandmaster or this Grandmaster. So I knew I was going to lose probably one of these Dread Knights next turn. Over here, same thing. This guy can advance up, but he's pretty far away. Like, he's at least 18 inches away. So we'd have to roll really high for the advance. My Count Assassin came down here. I believe I got Cleanse or something turn 1. So she came down there to do an action on the center objective. Oh, and Drago turn 1 to teleport Assault to get rid of his Alaris Terminators. So I know the Terminators are super good, especially late game, having that, teleport Assault ability on their own profile. So I wanted to take them out as soon as possible. There's no objectives over here, so me fighting over nothing was not the smartest thing to do. But I did put 10 fucking Terminators with Drago in his backfield against his Alaris Terminators. So basically we charged in, we killed 2 of them on the charge. He killed, I believe, 1 or 2 of my guys back. So it was an even trade, more on my part. And then in my command phase, I was able to basically make 1 back. And if he falls back with these guys, I can teleport them away if needed. But yeah, so next turn, he falls these guys back. There's 4 of them left. I think he spent 1 CP to bring 1 of them back. So 4 of those guys left. This one advanced up to here to basically go after my assassin down here. These guys advanced up to here, and I did teleport this guy away because I wanted my buffed up Dread Knight to be. Dread Knights, honestly, I think are better than Grandmaster Dread Knights. Just being able to advance, shoot, and charge 14 inches the entire game is just so clutch, and not giving that ability to the Grandmasters just seemed kind of like a missed opportunity a little bit. Sorry that I'm a little dark. I need to set up the lighting and do the background shit here, so apologize. But with here, he basically advances up to here. He does his once per game advance and charge, and then he basically charges this guy, this Grandmaster down here. These guys charge the guy down here. This guy's off the board because he did the mist, and then these guys scooch up over here. Draxus did his can't shoot outside 18 inches again. And I believe that's it. They've still got some Terminators and Drago in the back here. So after his charge, he makes the charge off in here, keeps 1 guy on the objective. These guys make the charge, and obviously, I think, kill the assassin pretty freaking easily with all those attacks. So assassin dies, he piles back onto the objective, still within range to be able to be shot at. This guy over here gets healed a little bit from the Tech Priest. He doesn't die. I was actually surprised how not good these guys are at killing vehicles. So wounding on 5s, he can spend 1 CP to get +1 wound, but he didn't have the CP. He kept saving it for the -1 damage and the advance and charge and the fight first and all that. So he's saving the CP for those specific things. So he didn't want to spend the 1 CP for the +1 to wound on vehicles. And then Draco and his whole posse just basically move up and charge the squad again. So after a bunch of shots and charging, I think we finally finish off this squad. These guys are just chilling in the center, about to be shot at by 2 or 3 Dread Knights. And then my Dread Knights commit up here. I give +1 hit to this one. This one didn't get anything this turn, but they advance up, they move up, they shoot, and then they try and charge. I have some strikes come down over here. Because I have behind enemy line, so I have to get back there. So they come down over there, and I put them outside 9 inches, so that way I can shoot and potentially charge over here. Because even behind enemy lines, I can charge in, probably survive because I have a 2-up save. I can spend 1 CP for the armor content, so they're probably not going to die to the Custodes. So I can get that charge off and still be behind enemy lines. He's got the sisters over here, which I believe died to shooting from bolters and stuff because they don't have the 3-up Fiona Pain because they're not psychic for the sister squad. And we have 2 tech priests back here buffing up and healing this guy. Now they can heal the same vehicle more than once in the command phase, so remember that, and make sure you always keep them at least 3 inches away from the guys, because if they're right next to them, and if you have somebody deep strike 9 inches away from the Dread Knight, they'll be within 12 of your tech priest. But with the Dread Knight's base, if you have it like oval, kind of like this guy is, 9 inches away from that, plus the base size, plus 3 inches further for the tech priests, they're outside 12 inches, so now they can't shoot because of low knob. So make sure you're placing your tech priests, especially if you're running 2 or 3 or 1 or 2 or 3 of them, you want to keep them safe throughout the entire game. So that's a good way to keep them safe, is make sure they're always out, like within 3 max distance, farthest away from the closest point that they can deep strike down. And try to keep him away from 12 inches of blown up. So I keep this guy back here so that way he can see through the 2nd floor of the building to see these guys over here. And then these guys are just slowly being attacked and re-attacked by this Grandmaster who keeps getting healed and then buffed up from this one sole tech priest. I can't advance and charge with this freaking guy, so he's slowly walking around the corner. He could fit his base to get charged through the wall because he's within 1 inch, so I could fit my base on the other side of the wall instead of running all the way around, but I really wanted to get on that objective. And again, Drago over here is just kind of chilling, not really doing much for the primary, which I kind of fucked up that part, but they are getting some work done with killing these Dolores Terminators slowly but surely. All right, so this is the charge. We have 2 charges going off onto this this unit over here. Trajan did his rapid ingress, which is cool. So he rapid ingress back here to then next turn move up and just murder my fucking Dread Knights. These guys are still there. They failed to charge. Drago made his charge, finished off the Terminators pretty easily this time. So the initial time he made a lot of saves. This time didn't make a lot of saves, so he killed the Terminators. Still 4 fucking custodial guard and or wardens and the blade champion here. This guy I think has like 2 wounds left. He's slowly living. And then where else? This guy's still here. We killed a couple of these guys, so we killed 2 of the wardens over here with the blade champion, with leaving 1 on 1. And that was that turn. So going into turn 3, this is the end of turn 2. Going into turn 3, he basically moves up his Trajan and Custodial Guard. The other dude died to the Dread Knights, the character, and the other unit. This unit moved back this way. After the shooting and charges, we were able to kind of bring down the Terminators and then make the charge off on the Blade Champion. So we steal the objective here. We steal the objective here. So now we're controlling 1, 2. This one's sticky. And then we control ours. So we're controlling all 4 objectives. And then he has that one, obviously, with Trajan. At this point of the game, he has Trajan, a unit of guards, 1 Blade Champion. And I believe that is it. So that is all he has left after turn bottom of 3. So by bottom of 3, we were able to take out most of the guard to shooting, and slowly Drago killed the Terminator brick and then killed the rest of the wardens over here. Over here, this dude lived somehow. He's got 3 wounds left. So this guy actually tanked 2 or 3 turns of a Blade Champion and wardens, which was kind of impressive. And then Cody has just walked in turn 3. He didn't really have much to do. The Grandmaster moved up to here to get some shots off going this way. My assassin died turn pretty early on. I still have 2 tech priests back here. I think we deep struck a tech priest over here. So basically we're now just collecting secondaries and primaries on turn 4 and 5. So at this point, I think we called it, because this is basically the end of the game. He's got Trajan, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guard, 2 wardens with this guy still alive. I guess we didn't finish him off. He probably fell back. I picked up my Terminators with Drago, put them back here with Rapid Ingress, so I missed it, and then Rapid Ingress back down. So on turn 4, I can move up, take over this objective, kill the rest of this unit. So all he'll have left on turn 5 is Trajan in the unit, which at that point, you're basically just running away. Like, you're not really getting in combat with them. You're kind of just like running away, getting points, and you only need 2 really primary for this mission. So we have Dread Knight, 2 Grandmasters, 1 regular, a tech priest, and I think there was a solo tech priest back here doing secondaries, Drago, Terminators, and I believe 2 more strikes somewhere on this table. Just teleporting everywhere, all over the place. So end of the game, this is how we wound it up. He had 10, 10, 10, 5, and then at the end of the game 5. So we had 10, 20, 30, 40 points for primary, which is awesome. And then for secondaries, he got 3 on turn 1, 3 on turn 2, 0 on turn 3, 8 on turn 4, and then 10 on turn 5. So giving him his max points on turn 5. And then for us, we had 5, 5, 10, 10, 15. So at the end of the game, you count for each objective that you're on, you get a max of 15 at the end. So we had a huge turn 5 with 25 there. So we had 45 for primary, so we beat him by 5 for primary. And then turn 1, we had an awesome 8 turn 1, which is amazing getting that turn 1. Turn 2, we have 3. Turn 3, we have 10 points. Turn 4, we have 11 points. And turn 5, we have 13 points. We probably had capture in the outpost and another 5 pointers, so 13 points. So in total, we maxed out 40 out of 40 for primary or for secondaries. So we finish up with an 85 out of 90. We do paint scores at the end of the tournament, just so you're not penalized each game for not having your army painted. It's really good for RTTs, especially at your local meta, so it doesn't force people to not come and play if they don't have their army painted. It's really good for testing and stuff like that. So at the end of the tournament, painting basically comes into play for 2nd, 3rd, and sometimes 4th place. 1st place, you're guaranteed for winning, and then I think army points. And then if you are competing for 2nd, 3rd, and 4th points, then you add the paint scores in to try and do that. So I like the way they do that, so it doesn't deter people from not playing. I think most people should do that, but hey, that's just us. So he had 64, technically 74, and then we had 85, technically 95. So 95 to 74, Grey Knights versus Custodes. I went into this matchup, guys, thinking I was gonna fucking murder the Custodes. After with the new update with the side cannon, AP2, ignore cover, 3 damage. It's basically Terminator killing / Custode killing weapons. You have a 4-up invuln save, yes, but if you fail your 4-ups, you just die. So imagine turn 1 if he failed 50% of his 4-ups, which he should have. Instead, he made it 90% of his 4-ups, but if he fails 50% of his 4-ups, he basically would have lost 500 points or so turn 1 just to shooting. So I think we have a super good matchup, especially with Dread Knights. If you don't bring the 5 Dread Knights, but you at least bring 3 Dread Knights, even 2 Dread Knights, make sure you're pairing them with Tech Priest. Tech Priest is a huge advantage with Dread Knights in this meta, just being able to give them +1 to hit. Hitting on 3s is not good. It's just a basic Marine. Hitting on 2s is custodial level shooting, and in combat as well, making their hammers hit on 3s, which then go down to hitting on 2s, which is huge difference than starting at 4s. I don't know why the Grandmaster was hitting on fucking 4s. It just doesn't make sense. But that's another story. Now I'm running them with side cannons, flamers, and hammers. So if you do need to do a tank shock, you can do a tank shock and get some extra mortal wounds before you do some attacks. But some of the guys are having still issues with Custodes. Again, this is a very skew list with the 5 Dread Knights, but showing Dread Knights are still good into Custodes, being able to stay far enough away, and just shoot them from afar if the terrain setup is like this and the objectives are in the open. If they're on an objective behind a wall, it's going to be really hard to get into them. That's where Drago and the 10 Terminators come into play. But being able to have a fight first on their side is kind of scary. So whittle down the rest of the army, have them keep their home field objective. Sure, that one's yours. I'm not going to get to you, but play around them and have them come to you. That was basically the way I played this game. He kept running back and forth with his Blade Champions, which he's allowed to do to get once per game advance in charge. So he basically running forward, running back, like this squad. He ran forward, killed my assassin, ran back, ran forward, ran back. This one basically just running at me. I kept my guys as far back as I possibly could, and he was still able to get to me. But once they were there, they're just stuck there. So they're just kind of slap boxing back and forth against my Dread Knights while I'm able to shoot him from afar. So if I need to fall back, I could, and then just kind of shoot the rest of that squad, which might have been better to do. But going into this, guys, don't go after the Wardens if he does his 4-up Feel No Pain. Try and have 2 squads lined up to shoot rather than just 1 squad, because he has to proc his Feel No Pain at the beginning of the shooting phase, or phase, I forget when it procs, but it's before you start shooting. So if he procs it, you should have another target to shoot, so that way you don't proc the 4-up Feel No Pain, because 4-up Feel No Pain is a bitch. It's so hard to deal with. So if you can line up 2 units per Dread Knight, that would be better. That would be my suggestion. But I was very, very, very confident going into Custodes this game because of the stat check. So again, 4-up, fail 50% of them. I shoot 6 side cannons. Let's say I have 3 dreads that have 2 up to hit. So that's 18 shots. Let's say 15 hits, and then I need 3s to wound. So 15, let's say 12, 11 go through. Let's say 10 go through. Fail 5 4-ups, 5 Custodes die. So 5 being 55 points each. What is that? 250 points? 255 points? So basically a whole squad just gets wiped off the board. So the closest squad to you just dies just from the side cannons. So that's average. You could roll below average, you could roll above average, but average, you're killing a squad of Custodes, which is very few and far between each turn, if not more than that in a turn. And then if you get the charge off, even more die. But that was my confidence going into it. So I think we have an advantage right now going into Custodes. Necrons, a little bit different. That'll be in another video. But we have a lot of stuff coming up on the channel, especially battle reports. I'm going to be playing Custodes actually in the next battle report coming up, only on patreon.com. So if you guys want to see those battle reports, head over to patreon.com, support the channel. If you guys want to get in the competitive scene, you get one-on-one coaching, list ideas, tactics, all that stuff. You guys are great masters. You can schedule calls with me. We can do TTS once we get that set up. But guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Let me know in the comments below what you liked, didn't like, how we can improve on the channel. A lot of stuff is coming up in 2024. Trust me, got the battle bunker inside the house now instead of outside the garage, which it's freezing. Now it's not. So that's going to be super fun. But guys, really appreciate it. Thank you so much for the support. So close to getting that 1,000 a month for Patreon before we get to the huge giveaway. But guys, good luck. Have fun. And we'll see you in another video soon. What's up, gents? 40k Dirtbags here. If you guys are thinking about joining the Patreon page, we're going to go over each tier and how it's going to benefit you and what you're looking for specifically to get out of 40k in 10th edition coming up. There's a lot of stuff to go over. There's a lot of tactical videos up on the channel, which is for free. There's going to be a bunch of perks that you get specifically for being a part of the Dirtbag Nation Patreon page. So first off, we have the first tier, which is $1 a month. You guys get first access to the videos over at patreon.com. You also get access to the Discord, which is specifically a private link in the Discord that only Patreon members can see. So you guys will have first access to that. Also a benefit is Patreons over the Dirtbag Nation get live streamed games on patreon.com streamed from YouTube, but there's only links specifically for the patreons.com. So not only do you get first access to these videos, you also get to see live stream games specifically only on patreon.com.
The next tier is the Justicar. You guys get a shout out on every single video on YouTube. You also get to support us a little bit more. You get first dibs at voting on Discord, as well as you just kind of say, hey, I just want to be a Justicar dirtbag and support you guys a little bit more than that $1 a month tier. But you get all the same access as well as the different color over on the Discord. So the third tier is the competitive dirtbag. This tier, you get a lot more one-on-one coaching. This is a lot of the dirtbags over on the Dirtbag Nation. They are able to send out messages one-on-one, go over list ideas, tactics, anything you guys want to talk about. When I was getting into 40K, or really any game in general, I always wanted to message the top players in the meta and just ask them questions. This $10 a month tier gets you that opportunity to message us one-on-one on Discord, so that way we can actually coach you, give you our insights, suggestions, and that's going to get you better at the 40K 10th edition as a whole. So that tier alone, just $10 a month to have one-on-one coaching, one-on-one messages anytime throughout the month, that's going to be a perfect tier for you guys. Even if you're brand new to the game, we go over 1,000 point list, 1,500 point list, 2,000 point brand new starting list, team list, anything you guys need. That's what the competitive dirtbag tier is for. Also, you get a little bit red number name tag on Discord, so people know that you're really serious about getting into the competitive scene. The Grandmaster Dirtbags. This is the all-in-all $25 a month tier. You get one-on-one coaching, everything we said prior to this, but you guys get to see me, Mike, any of the other dirtbags play your specific list that you want to see tested out live on one of our battle reports. You guys get to mention, suggest videos you guys want to see coming up on patreon.com. So you guys get the above first tier benefit of everything that we do over at Dirtbag Nation. All the support mainly comes from you guys supporting us over here at Dirtbag Nation. And Grandmasters, I can't thank you enough, but for $25 a month, you get one-on-one coaching and anything you want to see live on the tabletop. So you get to see a professional play right in front of you. You guys get to kind of like see it one-on-one, and I'm actually making this specifically for you. There's also TTS events that you guys can suggest. If you guys want to do a first 1 or 2 turn run through on TTS, we can actually log in and coach you one-on-one with that. If you guys see us at any GTs, you guys get special benefits, free dice, stuff like that. Anytime you purchase a merch thing on Discord, you guys get a free limited edition Dirtbag dice sent to you with every single purchase on top of that. So there's a lot of benefits coming up with the Grandmaster Dirtbag. Because I can't thank you enough for supporting us. Definitely let me know which tier would be best for you if you go over to patreon.com and specifically go to a tier. And make sure you don't forget to message me up on Discord. That's where we check every single day. If you guys are really into getting into 10th edition 40K, head over to Patreon, join the competitive dirtbag or the Grandmaster. Message me as many times as you possibly want, and I'll coach you the best I possibly can on any specific army that you guys play. Mainly our armies right now, currently, going into 2024, is going to be Chaos Space Marines, Grey Knights, Death Guard, and then we have Custodes, Sisters, and I think that's it going into the Wings of 2024. But again, any other army that you guys play, we have other coaches lined up for the Dirtbags that are ready to take on that role of the competitive Dirtbag page. So guys, really appreciate it. Thanks for clicking on the video. Thanks for joining the Dirtbag Nation if you guys are already a part of us. And we'll see you in another video soon.